screen in there, I can see that
Okay,
screen.
here we go.
Okay, sure. Let's see for this.
All right, Clerk Patrick, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. I'm going to declare a quorum and call the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, July 6, 2020 to order. In response to the State of Connecticut Executive Order Number 7B, Protection of Public Health and Safety during COVID-19 Pandemic and Response, further suspension or modification of statutes dated March 14, 2020, suspending in-person open meeting requirements. All public meetings will be closed to the public at this time. Public meetings will be available on Groton Municipal Television Channel 2 in real time or by calling 860-440-9974. Kirkpatrick, please call the roll.
Present are Mayor Keith Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Jamal Beckford, Councilors Lisa McCabe, Reginald Stanford, Guinevere Depot, Clerk Deborah Patrick. Excused are Councilors Rashad Carter, Minerva Ortiz, and Finance Director Ronnie Russ.
Okay, please stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognitions, awards, and memorials. Council? Anyone? Okay. Receipt of citizens' petition / comments. Receipt of citizens' petition is the portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please call 860-440-9974. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City Council will only ask questions in order to clarify speaker's presentation, and can respond during the response citizens petitions portion of the meeting. So if you have any citizens petitions, please call in at 860-440-9974. That's 860-440-9974. I will give you approximately 1 minute. Okay, hearing none, we will skip the response to citizen petitions comments and move on to approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the June 15, 2020 Mayor and Council meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the June 22nd, 2020 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additions, deletions, changes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Communication and reports. Councilor McCabe.
Nothing to report, sir.
Councilor Stanford.
Another report at this time.
Councilor Depot.
Nothing to report.
Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Nothing to report.
Okay. The only thing that I have is there is a SCARA household hazardous waste collection and confidential paper shredding event this weekend, Saturday, July 11th at the Groton Fitch High School. It runs from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's at 101 Groton Long Point Road. They'll have confidential on-site paper shredding. They will take latex paint, oil paint, stains, varnish, paint thinners, drain cleaners, photographic chemicals, nail polish remover, oven cleaners, toilet bowl cleaners, all home batteries, kerosene, gasoline, radiator chemicals, auto body chemicals, fuel additives, car battery acid, camping stove fuel, all light bulbs, pesticides, pool chemicals, herbicides, rat poison, mothballs, fungicides, weed removal chemicals, and much more. They will not accept tires, ammunition, or gunpowder, auto or marine flares, or radioactive materials. And again, that is Saturday, July 7th at Fitch High School.
11th.
What's that?
July 11th,
What'd I say?
7th.
Oh, July 11th, Saturday. That is from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock p.m. And that's it. And the next is committee referrals. Do we have any committee referrals?
Not at this time.
Nope.
Okay, hearing none, we will move on. New business, Councilor McCabe.
Resolution R-20-7-73. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council initially approve an ordinance approving revisions to the existing water rate schedule for the City of Groton Department of Utilities Water Division for all water service located within the Groton and Eastern Division service territory to be effective for water service billed on or after October 1st, 2020, on and after October 1st, 2021, and on and after October 1st, 2022, and therefore until revised as delineated in the agenda. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed once during a public hearing, was also discussed during the committee of the whole. Are there any additional questions on this resolution? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor Stanford.
Resolution -20-7-74. Therefore, it be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to purchase 1 year of safety consulting services from AZ Corporation, 46 Norwich Wesley Road, North Stonington, Connecticut, in an amount not to exceed $138,000.24 to be paid from funds available in the approved fiscal year 2021 Utilities Finance and Accounting budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Are there any additional comments?
I
Councilor
think we're
McCabe.
going to say the same
Yep.
thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you read the amount,
Mm-hmm.
missed the $250 and
Do you want to have him read the amount again?
$138,250.24.
Okay.
Okay, do you agree with that?
Correct.
Okay, so you made a motion. Who seconded?
Aye.
Okay, do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other comments on this this resolution? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Yes, Resolution 20-7-75. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to secure services for polychlorinated biphenyl PCB-related consulting from Environmental Partners, 213 Court Street, Middletown, Connecticut, to address current water filtration issues for an amount not to exceed $206,500 and no cents, as a non-budgeted item to be paid from the retained earnings in the approved fiscal year 2020 water budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Are there any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 20-7-76, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to purchase annual maintenance and support for the period from July 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 for the Springbrook financial accounting system as used by the City of Groton, Groton Utilities, and Boswell Light and Power Company from the sole source provider Springbrook Holding Company, LLC, 1000 Southwest Broadway, Suite 1900, Portland, Oregon, for an amount not to exceed $59,067.00 to be paid from funds available in the approved fiscal year 2021 Utilities Finance and Accounting budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed, during the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Councilor McCabe.
Resolution 20-7-77. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council grant Groton Utilities Management Project approval to proceed with a capital project for tank removal and installation of underground storage tanks at the east slope and west side pump stations in an amount not to exceed $150,000.00, which will include issuing a purchase order to state-approved vendor Service Station Equipment, Inc., 20 Murphy Road, North Franklin, Connecticut, not to exceed $124,710.13 for the cost of the tanks, and the remainder to cover inspections and contingency to be paid from available cash in the approved fiscal year 2020 sewer budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Are there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Councilor Stanford.
Resolution -20-7-78. Therefore be resolved that the mayor and city council establish a police and community together committee for the purpose of advising the mayor and council on issues relating to the police and community, and assist the police department with community outreach, and to maximize the working relationship with input to improve the city of Groton operations as a whole. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This has not been discussed fully with you. The chief mentioned this during his discussion at a mayor and council meeting. Chief, would you like to come up and?
Chief, if you'd like to go over to that table, you can have that microphone.
Thank you. This is a concept I believe is going to be very advantageous to the city of Groton as a whole. It'll give a very diverse group of people who come to the table. We've had a significant number of people already reach out and seeking to get involved. It will be free dialogue that'll come in, and it'll allow not only issues that affect the police department, but the community as a whole. It does not weaken the elected power of the council, because they'll answer to the council's public safety committee before they bring it to the council as a whole. But anytime that you can get dialogue, information, and have it in a free flow format, it's a good thing. We're looking for our first meeting Thursday night. I'd encourage attendance by all council, if possible. Right now we appear to be the only community in the area that's doing this. It's based on a couple of models that we've seen nationally that have been successful, and the group that's coming forward reflects the diversity of the city, and I think it's going to be a very positive thing.
I would like to extend the invitation again for all the council to come on at 6 o'clock on Thursday, and I would like to have someone from the council be a representative. I think that would be good to be on the council. Councilor Depot.
I was going to ask what time, 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. on
here?
Thursday.
And that was my next
It's going
question.
to be in the auditorium. We're going to set it up so that we have a social distancing there. We are going to have a facilitator lead the group. We felt that was probably the best way to get started. So we have someone that has experience but is not part of government, and they're not part of the chief's police force. So we felt that a facilitator for the very first meeting, and then from there we will get basically an action item list to go forward that the committee we'll then go forth with. Councilor Depot.
Are we putting a limit on how many people can attend these meetings, or are we going to have it be like there's like a committee, but then anyone can attend, or do we know that yet? Because I know it's very early.
It's early, but we're looking to be able to accommodate public attendance. But I'm hoping we don't get, I mean, it would be nice if we had to turn people away because it means people are interested, but that's something that we're hoping doesn't happen.
Let me answer that question a little bit differently. The current restrictions on internal in-person meetings are 25. So right now we're just under that number. Once phase 3 goes into effect, it'll go to 50. But I heard on the news today that phase 3 has been delayed or postponed, so I don't know what that means to us. If we have to resort to either a Zoom meeting or a hybrid meeting, we could do that. What's important to me, though, is to keep people safe through the social distancing requirements. Hopefully, if we can keep people 6 foot apart, greater than 6 foot apart, then we won't require the mask. And we're going to set the auditorium up with the intent to do that. If we have to go to some sort of hybrid, then we'll do that. It's not quite as effective, but it is. I think it is important that we find a way to have this meeting. The issues are now; they're here now, and I think we need to take advantage of the energy and the interest that is in the community to help us move forward, we as a city, on this. Councilor Depot.
One more question.
Yes, ma'am.
So then, do we want people then to RSVP if they'd like to come to this meeting then?
Well, we've
Possibly?
already, it would be nice if they could call 860-446-4103 and let us know. We have received RSVPs from members. So obviously members of the committee will be first because we need them there, but if other people...
But if they don't, they should still show up because there's probably going to be room.
Right.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Thank
Anyone else? Councilor McCabe, Councilor
I was
Sanford.
going to ask some of the same questions.
Okay, good.
How many members is going to be on this committee?
Well, right now, we have not set a ceiling, and nor have we set a floor. We have looked for, we've looked for diversity through ethnicity and gender, but we've also looked for diversity in skill sets. So we have people, we have representation from the community. We have had a lot of volunteers. Like I said, we've not set a ceiling on it. We're about, Jill told me we're 20-ish, right around 20 now.
We've had 20 people reach out.
Okay.
And then we've asked a couple people to come in. For example, some of our faith-based organizations, we've asked them to be represented. Some of the drug community people, we've asked them to be drug health. We've asked them to come in and help us as well. But by and large, it's mostly regular folks, regular people that are absolutely interested in their community. And that to me is tremendous.
Okay.
That we have that interest.
Good.
And so far, I mean, you never know once we get in there, but these are people that are genuinely interested. It doesn't appear that anyone has a hidden agenda or an axe to grind or anything like that. I mean, it's they recognize, and a lot of these, once you hear the names, you'll recognize a lot of them from being active in the community with other things. I don't know that I'm not sure because you asked me what's the max, and I don't have a max yet.
Okay.
A concern that I have is it is a working group, and once you get, for example, you've been on the RTM, you know that the RTM being a body of 41 members can sometimes be a challenge to manage from the moderator's point of view.
Yes.
Because of all the interactions with the participants.
Yes.
Right now, if I can keep it around 20-ish, but I do think that this committee will ebb and flow as we grow and we address some of the issues and move on to other issues, I do think that we'll attract more members, and some members may naturally fall off.
Okay.
So I still haven't answered, I still haven't given you a number,
Right.
and I'm not sure I can give you one at this point.
Okay.
Because
fluid.
It is absolutely fluid. I mean, if somebody said, well, we're gonna have 50 people, I'd probably say, really? Can we narrow it down? But if we, like Chief said, the fact that we got people coming, that means there's an interest. And as long as people are interested in helping us move forward, one of the things that I see here is that one of the things I learned in the Navy is you don't know what you don't know. These people can help us identify the things that are out there that we don't know. That's common to everybody else, and we don't know it because maybe we're not in the right area. We may not know it because we may not be sensitive to it. There could be a lot of reasons, but I think the smarter that we can get as a council and we can get as a government, the better decisions that we can make. So right now we're 20-ish. I still don't have a top number.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay. Councilor McCabe.
Yes, I have one last question. What is the goal of the committee? Are we going to have action items? Do you want to start initiatives within the community and have people work on them? Is that the goal?
Yes. The best example I can give you from previous experience, when I was the Troop K commander, we had the Wyndham Heights Task Force. We created a community dialogue. One of the things that came out of the community dialogue was the desire of the people who are living in the Wyndham Heights projects for speed bumps, which had never been on the radar screen with anybody until we had the dialogue. When we provided the speed bumps in the community, they were concerned about their children being out there. They had really not had an avenue to communicate that, to get that done. It got done, and the relationship between the Wyndham Heights Task Force that was from the state police at that point in time and the people that lived in that project was phenomenal. After that, they got a brand new playground that came out, a million social events that went on, and it was one of the most successful community policing initiatives. In fact, it would end up being nationally recognized. That's the kind of communication that you want. You want that venue where they can be, where that people feel empowered and can give you that type of information. And ultimately, that's the role of government. That's what we're looking to do. I know Councilor Stanford's aware of this. And what ended up happening after that is it spread into the concept of a community partnership team, which hit across a multitude of disciplines. And brought a lot of stakeholders to the table, and a lot of positive things came out of it. So this is something that, as the mayor said, will be ebb and flow, and there's a lot of talent in the city, and people may not have time to serve an elected office, may not have time to get on a board, but they will have a voice here, and they'll be able to go in, and it's an access, it's a formalized protocol, and I think we can get some good things done.
Okay.
And I'll add to that a little bit. I would expect that initially it may be police related, a lot of the focus. But one of the expectations that I have, and I've already talked to Town Manager John Burt about this, is that there may be things that are identified that the city may not have the expertise. For example, social services, educational disparities, economic issues, those kind of things. But we should be able to reach out as a community and touch those assets, those resources that can help the citizens in the city of Groton. Because I do think that I think once we go further, we're going to realize that there may be some educational issues, some disparities with education that we'll need to address. There may be some social service issues that we need to address. We know already that we have a food desert in the city of Groton. By the way, I didn't mention this. The farmers market starts tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So that is one of the things to address the food desert. But if people don't have the cash for the fresh produce that's down here, that's an issue. That's an impediment to that. So we may end up having to address those things. Eventually, once the the restriction on the pandemic are relaxed a little bit, we'll be able to bring the mobile food pantry back to St. John's and be able to support the community again through those efforts. But I see this initially probably as a police initiative, but I do see it expanding because we do have the need in our city. Did that answer your question or no?
I think so. I think if people come and share their concerns over time, they're going to start sharing their ideas, and we take it one step further and put those into action, and we can make some positive change.
I'm hoping so. Anyone else? Deputy Mayor Beckford? Okay. Councilor Depot?
Not really a question, but I just want to repeat, I know I've said this before, but over the last several weeks, I've talked to lots of people who live in lots of different towns about their police departments, and I know, I always say positive things about ours, and even when I give them examples of things that we do like this, we are very proactive, and you, the chief, are very proactive, and I think sometimes people are surprised to hear the problems that they have in their town that we don't have in ours, and that's a credit to you because you do a great job looking forward and, doing this before someone demands it is, one of those things, another one of those things, so thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Okay. Hearing none? Hearing nothing else. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Okay. Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Resolution 20-7-79. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council accept a donation from Community Speaks Out Incorporated, P.O. Box 541, Groton, Connecticut, for the City of Groton Police Department in the amount of $500 and no cents to be used for the City of Groton Police Department Police Cadet Program. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is a new item. We just received this grant from Community Speaks Out. And Chief, do you have anything you want to?
A great credit to Sergeant Trish Lato, Officer Bobby Harris, and Officer Brittany Delacruz that coordinate our cadet program. And it's a very, very good program, and this money will be put to good use.
And I think the council has seen the cadets at various events that we've had here.
Yes.
And it does appear to be I think it's a good program, but the appearances from talking to the young men and women that are involved in the program, it seems like they're getting a lot out of it, and it's helping them through growth and confidence and those kind of things. So this is a good program. All right, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. And I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, council.
No, I usually second the adjourn motion.
Yeah. Well, whoever's in that seat down there before, it's been like 10 years. Dave Hale had it when I was here.
I know. And then Jill and,
Andy had it for a little bit, right? Didn't Andy
who
have it?
sat next to Jill before when she was here?
I
Or
did.
Jill sit in that seat and who was next to her?
It was Larry, then myself, and Jill.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jill,